Beautiful.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning. Recording is in progress, and I want to say buenos dias to everyone here. All of our affiliates and agents that are on or coming on soon. I am not showing my face this morning just because I'm covering the front desk, and I just want to let you know that I'm here for you and here for everyone. I have a notice to all of our agents. I want to remind the agents here at the office to please show your face, be engaged, ask questions, don't be shy, and your name will go into the pot for the end of the year raffle for the most participating agent and engaged agent and agent asking questions. And there's a little catch behind this. I just want to let you know that I want to make sure that you just don't turn on the Zoom and go off and on your own business and don't get the benefit of everything that your leadership, your affiliates, and your broker has to offer here. So, with that said, we're here, beautiful Temple City, Coldwell Banker Dynasty. I'm very excited to be here and to be part of an agency that cares and an agency with a lot of heart. And I'm going to go ahead. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and, with all due respect, I'm going to go ahead and start with John. John, before you come on, I just want to share that, Mark and I, on behalf of Coldwell Banker Dynasty, we represented being there for your wife, Juanita. And it is with a heavy heart that all of us here, including all the agents, feel the loss because we all felt the love that you have for your wife, and including your son, Sean. Meeting your son and knowing that your wife Juanita got to see him graduate as a civil engineer is just incredible. And to see the relationships that you have with family and friends there at these services was just overwhelming with abundance of blessings. So, John, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. You're up.
Thank you, Sylvia. I mean, I was so happy to see you. I knew it was a lot. You had to cancel a lot of things to be there, but I know we've been friends for such a long time, and you're a person, you all are persons of big heart and caring. And I can't thank you enough. I thought it was just a wonderful thing. I know Kelvin was there in spirit. He's got a lot on his plate, but it meant a lot. I also had Nanette came because she's on the board of directors, and also Lorraine Clark, which was wonderful to see them too. And they also came back. You unfortunately had too much on the plate, but they came back to our kind of celebration and after refreshments thing at the restaurant, which turned out to be really, really nice. But yes, that the rabbi, we had just met with them. We talked with him a few times, and he said everything I could say because nothing I could have said. And he did our input and did a wonderful job. It was like you thought he knew her for many, many years, and he just knew of her just based on what we said. And my family that came out, my son had all seven of his best friends there. They came from all over. Some came from out of state, and they were there to support him and was able to be there for him. My quick story, my wife used to drive them around, the group of them around, take them to different places, and then also movies. So they went to the movie to see It, and unbeknownst to us, we didn't know that It was an R-rated movie. So she drops him off, walks him over, walks back to the car, and then I think my son says, "Mom, you can't leave. We need you to come in with us." She didn't want to see the movie, but she went in with them. She went in with them because that's the kind of woman she was. And I've never seen a woman be able to diffuse situations. She just got a way of talking to people and making them feel calm and understand them and feel for them. I know she would do great in real estate, but she doesn't have the personality like I do. She's the introvert and I'm the extrovert. So that's like another reason why it worked. Anyway, as far as everything, thank you so much, Henry. Thank you for reaching out as well. And everybody for reaching out. As far as the NHD aspect, I'll be short because I know Kelvin has a lot on his plate. I've been getting calls. They get the NHC report up front, the SNAP, and then they call me and they go, okay, we're going to go over the FHDS car form, but they're looking up the Cal Fire viewer, and it's different, and it says it's outside the zone, where the NHD report, the SNAP report, says it's in the zone. Well, the problem is they did update the information, and all the areas have been updated. The March 24th was when they updated LA County. So the information that we work off is in the reports. However, they did not update the viewer. So the viewer is inaccurate at this time. They eventually will get around to do that, but that's one of the things that I can diffuse the issue and make sure they're on the right page and they know they're getting the most accurate information. Remember, for leases, I know a lot of you do leases, do get a lease report. It's called a renter's report. We have it for free. And check out the hazard preview. You're working your buyers, just go register, go on the website, put the address, property address in, and push and zip code and push start. On the right side, like the NHC statement, fire, flood, earthquake, fault, seismic hazard, in-out determination will appear for free, done by us. You can trust it, and that way you can best serve your clients. I'm only a phone call, text, or email away, and always wear your badges and have cards, pens, appropriate documents with you, because you never know where the next deal is coming from. If you want your NHCs right on, 31 years of experience, please contact John.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you. Thank you for the beautiful words. And
Thank you.
I just want to end by saying that I was so inspired by the rabbi that I was tempted to go up and talk about Juanita, because based on what I know through you, I felt like I knew Juanita. That was the empowerment that you have, that love that radiated to all of us. So thank you.
Exactly. And that she's
Appreciate
an
it.
artist and a gymnast. My sister didn't even know that.
You know what? Keep talking about her, because
Yeah,
she'll be with you for the rest of your life. Thank
exactly.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and bring Nicole up, since she's sitting here next to me, smiling and being patient. Nicole, you're up. It's only your voice. So your beautiful photos not
Oh,
gonna come
that's
up.
okay. Good morning, everybody. Nicole Menard, Fidelity National Title. I understand I'm just a voice, not the face. You can't see me. But I have some exciting news. Hot, hot, hot tech alert. How many of you are rocking the real estate tools, latest real estate tools?
Not too many.
Well, one in particular is our Fidelity Agent app. And today, actually right now, they are introducing 3 new calculators that are game changers for your business. If you're not utilizing the app, reach out to me for the link. 3 calculators. One is a sell or rent calculator. So if you have sellers that are having difficulty moving their property, you can show them the numbers, selling versus renting. You can also show them a holding cost calculator and a true value calculator, which is a groundbreaking first of its kind tool. So reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to jump on a Zoom or actually even do a class and show you the benefits of all 3 of these calculators, as well as other pieces that are available in the app. Have a fantastic day. Stay cool. And remember, Nicole, Fidelity National Title. I'd love the opportunity to partner with you and help you grow your business. Have a fantastic day. And thank you, Sylvia and Kelvin, for allowing us to join you.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
wonderful day. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Nicole. I know that Nicole's rocking it out there with all of her videos. I get constant videos from her, even from my anniversary and my birthday. So she really keeps up with the personal area aspects as well. So yeah, keep rocking it. Here I have Brandon. So Brandon, you're going to be up, and it's just going to be your voice,
Okay.
because I don't have the photo up here. So
I'm the voice behind
the wizard.
the wizard. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. So real quick, for all the agents, I gotta promote the YPN committee at AAR. So if you can put in your calendars on the 9th of September, so coming up at Villa Katrina, right here in Arcadia. They're going to have a top agent panel. So if you want to hear from some industry leaders in Arcadia and you'd like to join, please sign up at the board or call me if you have questions. And so that's my promo for YPN. Of course, I got to do that. So the other thing I wanted to bring up real quick is don't forget about the taxes and tax section for within the NHD. So we have our tax estimator, and don't forget to tell your clients when there's supplemental taxes, you really want to make sure that you let them know that if the home hasn't been sold in 10, 20, 30, 40 years, there's going to be a separate supplemental bill outside of the property tax bill that they really want to make sure that they let their clients know. Because in a lot of cases, what happens is people will forget to tell the client will get the bill and they'll come back and they'll say, hey, what's this other bill? Or sometimes they throw it away. And what also happens is they'll buy a car at the end of the year and forget they need to pay for this bill. And if it hasn't been sold in a while, it can be a substantial bill. It can be tens of thousands of dollars. So that's one thing I always just reiterate. NHD has the taxes. Don't forget about those supplemental bills, Mello-Roos taxes, and use our tax estimator. That is a helpful tool for you. So I'm here for you guys. Anything you need, contact me, call me, email me, text me. I'm always available. And I hope everyone has a fantastic day.
Thank you. Great information.
Thank you.
Appreciate that very much. You're such a great advocate for the YPN. Appreciate it. Take care. Okay, next, I'm going to go ahead and call Sandi Franco. Sandi, you're up. And also, we'd like to also know how your son is doing, if that's okay with you.
Fabulous. I'll start with that. I'll do it quickly. Mateo was moved out of ICU yesterday. He's now in what we call the progressive care unit. This is where he will leave the hospital from. We don't know how long that'll be, but hopefully not as long as we were in ICU. But he's doing so much better. We can see a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's getting bigger. It's not getting smaller. Thank God. Keep praying. We'll take it all. And I'll be here from Minnesota for the long haul. So, I wanted to talk about, and I'm sorry, I picked the wrong hallway. Nobody's been here for like 3 days. I picked this hallway. 9,000 people are walking by. Whatever. Remember your CRES office. Even if you're the listing agent, you need to make sure that you pick CRES. When you couple it with Brandon's CRES First American NHD report, that gives your seller $75,000 of E&O. You're leaving it on the table if you pick a different company. It's just that simple. So if you're the listing agent, choose wisely. Choose what's in the best interest of your client. Okay. The CRES NHD report doesn't cost any more. It's the same price as the regular one. The home warranty, look, you're driving the bus, pick the home warranty. Make sure you're protecting your client, your seller. And as the buyer's side, obviously the 13-month CRES, that's the bonus they get is the 13 months. The other benefits are for you, the agent, which is reducing your deductible should something happen. And of course, for your seller with the E&O. I've been doing this for almost 22 years, all with First American, and I am your home warranty expert. If you ever have any questions, reach out to me. Literally, just sitting here all day in the hospital. I got nothing to do but answer my phone and my emails, except for call Scotty, because I just can't call Scotty in my schedule, but I will. But if you need me, I'm here to help you guys. Have a great week. Oh, wait, and starting today, hotter than hell, apparently, where you guys are. Check on your clients who are older. Make sure they know where cooling stations are. Don't go outside during the hottest part of the day. And don't expect your air conditioner to work at 5 o'clock at night if you think you're going to cool the house down and you haven't had it out on all day. That's not exactly how it works. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you, Sandi. Appreciate that reminder. It is supposed to be one of the hottest days of the whole summer. So please be mindful of your pets have water, they're indoors, the AC's working, and so on. But before we leave with you, on behalf of the company, I just want to share that you're one of my newest heroes. I mean, to be a super mom and wear the super mom cape, to be at the hospital and to participate in our office meetings here and give it your all is extremely remarkable. Don't let the wings get in your way. Thank you. Next here, I'd like to go ahead and call Scott Shimamoto. Scott, you're up.
Hey everybody, so I'm gonna drop off after the affiliates go because I'm sitting in a parking lot. I'm parked, but it's freaking hot in here. I'm like that dog that needs to have the windows up. But anyway, so let me piggyback on what Brandon was talking about with the supplemental taxes. That's a big deal, guys. And really your lender should be talking about this as well. But I want to just explain something here. On the supplemental taxes, if the client takes a loan and the loan has an impound account on it, then we're collecting those supplemental taxes ahead of time, right? Because the closing costs are higher during different times of the year because they're collecting X amount of prorated taxes. And so what happens on the supplemental taxes, they close the transaction on the old lower tax base, and then the county gets their act together, and at some point they send you this bill. So you're not paying more, you're not paying less, right? But if you're not aware of what's supposed to happen, you're going to get a surprise like Brandon was talking about, right? So when we do the impound account, we're collecting the amount of money for that to be, the money to be set aside. The issue is the lenders a lot of times do not get the supplemental tax bill, so they don't know they're supposed to pay this thing out. So what happens is you as the consumer borrower needs to call the lender and show them, the supplemental tax bill and let the lender release the that money so that that supplemental tax bill could get paid, right? So I always tell my clients, like I have it on my checklist. Here's what supplemental taxes are ahead of time, and I also after I close the deal, I check the first bill, and I also tell them call me when you get that first supplemental tax bill, so I can help walk you through the process. So sometimes it could turn into a big problem because by law, the lenders can only hold so much amount of money in the impound account. And sometimes you get to the end of the year, and if everything hits the wrong way, the lender may send a refund back to the client for this money that was in the impound account that was supposed to pay the supplemental taxes because it's their money, right? So the people catch a check, and they're like, "Oh, what did I get this $3,000 check for?" Then the next thing you know, they get and they go spend it. They go buy the car, then they go spend it, and next thing you know, they don't have the money to pay the supplemental tax bill. And the last person you want to owe money to is the IRS or the state of California for property taxes because they don't let you work it out. They're gonna take your house away. So make sure that you let your clients know, like Brandon was talking about the supplemental tax bill. Hopefully, your lender is telling your clients about this way ahead of time. And hopefully your lender is also following up to make sure that, the people are taken care of. So that's my little pitch today. We're a broker. I have access to multiple lenders, reverse mortgages, outside the box loans. So I hope I can help you with your pre-approvals. And thank you again for letting us participate, Sylvia and Kelvin.
Thank you very much, Scott. Appreciate you, and thank you for that information. Make sure you stay hydrated out there. The supplemental tax issue is really no joke, especially when the buyer, even when the lender educated them, the agent educated them, and they receive a bill and they go and pay it. When the money is already sitting in escrow, and that creates another problem. So those are other weeds to get into. So anyone who wants to know more about this, reach out to a lender, reach out to Scott, reach out to Kelvin, because it can be a horrifying nightmare.
I'll do it too.
Thank you. And John Wax too. Thank you so much. Let me see here. Who else do I have here? Waiting in the wings. Do we have any other affiliates waiting in the wings? Nice to see Amy Toan and Henry Liu
Here.
on. Angie? Angie's here. Perfect. Angie, you're up.
Hi guys, I'm standing right outside. Hi guys, Angie Tang, First American Title. I wanted to talk to you guys about also supplementals, but Brandon also mentioned to you about the NHD report where there's going to be the estimation for the taxes. So when you order a listing prelim, you're also going to get that link that I'm going to break down the prelim, and on there, on the breakdown of the prelim, you're going to see the link for the tax estimator. So once you see the tax estimator there, you can click on that link and you can get the estimated future taxes. That way you're not always going to be not knowing what those taxes are going to look like for the buyers. Also, we have a new owner's portal coming out. So every Eagles homeowners policy issued by First American Title, you're going to get a free monitoring service that goes along with it. So all of our insured will have a free monitoring system for their property. So in case any recorded documents get recorded on that property, it will notify the clients right away that that's happening. So it's a free service, no charge, no extra charge. It's just something that First American is doing as a pioneer in the real estate industry. So we're here to help you grow your business and secure it. Angie Tang, First American. And to my right, I've got our First American 1031, Rick.
Hey, everybody, Rick Corbera, First American 1031. Also, anytime you guys deal with a client that has an investment property, chances are they will have to do a 1031 exchange. So that's where, we come in as a team and we can help them guide it and set up the account prior for them to close escrow so that we can do a successful exchange. But yeah, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Maybe we lost Sylvia. I'm not sure. She's on mute. Thank you for
I'm right here.
appearing.
I'm right here. Can you hear me now? Okay, perfect. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Rick, for presenting. I'm here behind the screen, and we all look forward to having you present with the Eagles here in person and share your knowledge. So thank you. Let me see here. Do we have anyone else here? Any other affiliate? Going once, going twice. Doesn't look like we do. So before I hand it over to Kelvin, I like to start off with our leadership quote. And I know Kelvin and I sometimes mirror each other with our quotes. This one here, everyone, is listen to this. In every shift, there's an opportunity. The agents who educate and guide buyers today will be the ones trusted tomorrow. So I leave you with that, and now I'm going to hand it over to Kelvin Chang, our broker of record, our infamous broker, which I'm so proud of. And we are so, so lucky and blessed to have him here. Kelvin, you're up. Share your knowledge with us.
Very good. Thank you all for being here today and sharing your time with me. I just want to make this as quick and concise and hopefully informative to all of you who spend your time with us today. So don't be shy or afraid to ask questions. I'm happy to really learn and teach all of us at the same time. I come from a background of hopefully just teaching and inspiring you all to go out there and get the sales, build the relationships with the clients. Don't worry about the issues or the details. Management will always get you and help you through and kind of sort through the fluff and make sure we get you a right, proper answer on direction and guidance. So hopefully we can just really get to really have more sales from the office. I'm very pleased with a lot of your performances this year. In a very tough year, we still have been managing to be top 40 in Los Angeles County. Not a bad recognition from LA Business Journal. So if you haven't got an article, we have it. If you want to talk a little bit about first upcoming events, I'm going to start sharing my screen. So I know we have a few things I want to talk about, but we do have the Reimagine Expo. So you can go ahead and start to get your, if you're interested in going to a beautiful city called Chula Vista, just north of San Diego. This is going to be a gorgeous conference. It's a newer conference center. And they have a lot of really cool different schedule of speakers. So if you want to go to the regular session, I believe the 16th and the 17th is the standard session. And you can go ahead and go to reimagineexpo.org. The paid sessions are all on September 15th. And you could register for free for the free day. You can see here the resort and the pools is one of the best in that area. And there's a lot of buzz for this awesome session. And if you want to sign up, please go ahead. You can make it a day event. You can stay at a hotel. I'm going to do a little bit of homework. I'm staying here for Labor Day weekend as well with some of my friends to enjoy that pool. But I'll do a little bit of recon, let you know how it is. Now, as far as the board level of classes, we have a couple of things with the Arcadia board. Don't forget to check out, like, for example, they had Kelly Richardson this morning. Hopefully he was very helpful and taught a little bit of good lesson. I don't know if anyone had any takeaways, please share it. There's a 1031 class over here with Stephanie Kelsey. You have, this is going to be Sunny Joseph doing AI class, and that's from 10 to 11:30. This sounds interesting. The Business Blueprint for Realtors. It's a newer class for business and finance tax strategies for agents. So if you have never run your business like a CEO and don't know how to count your proper deductions, and this is a tax consultant. So if you want to track your mileage, you want to ask questions on how to, I don't know, what's a proper deduction for my business. I've heard tax professionals tell us that females need to go ahead and they can deduct their maybe their beauty stuff like nails and their dry cleaning, as well as appearance stuff, makeup and stuff like that are necessary for their business and sales. So if you wish to maximize your deductions, take a look and ask those questions to that tax professional. And you have Relay for Life. It's a Santa Anita Park is really not just an annual event the AAR does for American Cancer Society. So if you want to do that as well, you can go ahead and join some of those sessions. My condolences to John Wax and his family. I'm happy to hear Sandi and her son is recovering and hopefully released soon. And so a lot of stuff is going on. So make sure you're just keeping your relationships and really just getting engaged in other people's lives. And so we also have some things going on with the West San Gabriel board. They do have, if you want to learn about the Global Summit of 2025, this is a cool thing to attend. I know some people are putting some efforts into this one. And the Global Summit will have some speakers. It's free. And we're going to have what's called Russell Riggs, Oscar Way, Victoria Liang, Bella Chu, and these are just going to be here on August 22nd, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for a full lineup of speakers. Very cool to see a panel like that. And the next West San Gabriel showing we have, class we have, is a Dive and Thrive as you how to use AI. This is the same person at our office who trained Sunny Joseph. Then they have a Member Appreciation Day on August 28th. If you want to enjoy anything that's going on at the board at West San Gabriel. Closed for Labor Day, and then you have anyway, this is our full calendar. Okay, so that's highlighting
Kelvin?
things going on.
Sure, Kelvin, if I may just jump in a little bit there. I just want to remind everyone that Labor Day is an observed holiday here for our office, but we all are still relevant and working. And for those of you that still want to continue work, you have access to the office. So please make use of that. Also, Kelvin mentioned the both AI classes for both associations. So both your leader, Mark and I, we're responsible for bringing these speakers over to both associations. So the one over at the Arcadia, we're going to have paired up, collaborating together, which like Kelvin mentioned, we had Sunny Joseph from Brand Hub, and we have Josh Fisher from the Techspert, which one is going to talk about doing AI right, and the other one's going to talk about if you don't do it right, how you're going to get webbed into possibly into the dark market where there are these dark rooms and people are getting paid for to fish and really create all this fraud that's going on right now. So we have that, and then I'm on the global committee for that. Mark's on the education committee over at West San Gabriel. So Sunny is going to be speaking over there. Just want to let you know that you have a lot of tools here with Coldwell Banker, with the speakers that we have, and even yours truly here. We hired a coach. So Mark and I have a coach that we hired. We hired Sunny Joseph. I'm not promoting Sunny Joseph. Whoever you want to hire that you feel comfortable with, I'm letting you know right now. We all need to be relevant in present time. Thank you, Kelvin.
Okay, well, everyone needs some really just someone independent to review and look and kind of give you guidance on your processes, the way you think, the way you do things, your philosophy, as well as your actual business. And it's very difficult for you to look at yourself in the mirror and really give yourself criticism and whatnot, and so just basically self improvement. And when someone else is kind of giving you that feedback from a point of care and improvement, I feel that it's really great money spent, and it's great to have a coach constantly in your corner, trying to improve give you tips and give you some motivation and inspire you to become a better version of yourself. So kudos to you guys. Thanks for a lot of times we get a lot of our classes before the association, because you're right. You have good relationships, and through networking, we're able to really get some awesome classes. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about the classes that we have upcoming here at the company. I forgot to mention yesterday I emailed the sales meeting, but just wanted to have it in front of us that our learning opportunities is Thursday. We have Title Talk with Natalie and Paul Castaneda of Western Resources Title. Learn to get your questions answered here with them. And we also have Lucy Crapman with Old Fidelity Title, and Sabrina Carroll with NHD. This is going to be a lunch and learn, so we have it at 12 o'clock on this session, Thursday, August 28th. And we also have Elite Group, Home Inspections with Jaden. So if you want to join us that Thursday, 12 to 1:30, we got a lunch, learn as well for Thursday, September 4th. And the next following week, September 18th, from 2 weeks from then, I'm sorry, My True with Fidelity National Title is going to join us with title updates. We're still supposed to schedule a 10:30 exchange class with the First American rep over there.
And we just did, Kelvin. We just did. We just put it on the calendar now with Rick, and it's September 25th, 12:30, lunch and learn.
All right, it's on the calendar. See, we're already moving and planning ahead. Cool. So now we have a 10:31 class with an expert, and can also feel free to bring your clients. If you have a client who is a seller worried about a 1031 exchange, invite them. That's fine to have them learn while you're learning as well, and shows that you care about their completion of their 1031 exchange successfully. Because you miss one step or you miss one day on your deadline, it's not a valid exchange. All right, so now we got that out of the way. Let's go back into my slides and talk a little bit about the economic update from CAR. There's a very important statistic I just saw that's very interesting and quite shocking to maybe some of you. Did you realize that the median price home in California is $905,000? And only 15% of Californians can afford, as this is a household, not just individuals, 15% of the households can afford a $905,000 median priced home. Why? Well, if you come down to it and break this down into income or payments, let's take a look at what that means. If you're trying to sell a $900,000 property, that needs approximately a $232,000 household income. And so that monthly payment becomes around $5,800 per month. And that's when you include the impounds for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage at 6.9%. So this is the real understanding, is how many people can afford $5,800 a month. And that's supposed to be about 45% loan to value, debt to income. So I'm sorry, so that $5,800, that means their income has to be close to around $11,000, $12,000 a month, which is not what everyone is at for a household. Maybe there are some great professionals or people who are software IT engineers or doctors that have a 232 plus income, but that's not everybody in California. So that's really the shocking numbers of why you're seeing that there's not a lot of buyer demand, because there's not a lot of people who can qualify. So either incomes need to raise, and that's happening, but not in relation to people's actual income versus their actual take-home disposable income, it's not raising as quick to compared to inflation. So you're seeing a situation of where only 25% of home buyers are able to purchase just a $670,000 median priced condo. So it's just is a very difficult climate when the rates stay so high for so long. The good news is that the Fed in September, it's very, very, very likely. I think that the Fed's intention, and they kind of pre-announced that they're really looking close to finally redoing a rate cut to the federal funds target rate, probably by 50 basis points. And that should help a lot in correlating to a 30-year financing rate dropping as well. At least a good significant amount that hopefully will get the buyers to come back and support some source of sales volume. Okay, so that's the main takeaway from this release. You could read these articles at CAR if you're interested in this, geeking out on things like this. But I'm going to start going on to my next tab. And this is going to be just a quick guide. I know a lot of people were interested or had some questions regarding how does the TCJA, which is also called the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, how is it impacting real estate? How is it impacting the one big beautiful bill? And so I'm just going to highlight some of the key takeaways that only focus on real estate. So you can see the mortgage interest deduction. Previously, we could see that primary residence and second vacation homes combined, your deduction is limited to, and this is for new loans as of January 1st, 2018. If you have someone who bought a new loan, you're limited on $750,000 of principal, but now under the new HR1, the Big Beautiful Act, this limit is now made permanent. So he's trying to really just push forward. For those who itemize your taxes, you can itemize your mortgage interest for the loan amount up to $750,000, and now it's a permanent move. Okay. So the interest on home equity loans is deductible only if the proceeds are used to substantially improve the residence. So if you happen to get a HELOC and you want to borrow $30,000-$40,000 to, I don't know, remodel your bathroom and kitchen, or you want to do an add-on or like an ADU to your property, if you take a HELOC for the purposes of improvements to your property, then yes, you can deduct the interest, the mortgage interest, for an itemized deduction as well. The mortgage interest deduction also, if you have a mortgage greater than $1 million for your residence or second home, you took out a loan before the 2018, then you also remain unaffected. So the homeowners who refinance their debt, that up to $1 million can still be deducted towards your interest, so long as the new loan does not exceed the amount of the mortgage being refinanced. Now, that's the mortgage interest. It used to be kind of just considered at the cap of $10,000 for your primary. Now these are more permanent and improved proposals from that help real estate benefits. This is for the property tax now. There's a cap on state and local taxes of $10,000 previously, and that $10,000 deduction, for example, is not sufficient for California, New York, and other states with high property tax values. So anyway, they temporarily increased it to $40,000 for the years 2025 through 2029 to deduct up to $40,000 of your property tax. And it's $20,000 if you're married and filing separately, $20,000 each, and you each have separate properties for some reason. And then it kind of phases out basically. So anyway, this is going to be a really cool. So the cap does slightly increase every year through 2029, factoring for inflation. and it reverts back to the 10,000 limit in 2030, as it is stated here. So this is going to be a nice temporary band-aid for SALT, state and local income taxes, that we could fully deduct our primary and vacation homes. All right. And the exclusion of gains, if your principal residence is sold, remains the same. The 2 out of the last 5 years, no changes here, so nothing to talk about. Capital gains rates have changed, but usually we've been considering long-term gains at 15% as a kind of just a standard for most people, most situations. But it's 20% for those in the highest tax brackets. And depreciation recapture for your real estate, your real properties, remains at 25% depreciation schedule. So that's capital gains information for you. And your qualified business income deduction. So we are qualified realtors who work and materially significantly in our business. Therefore, we do have a case, if you're full-time, that you can qualify to deduct 20% of qualified business income from the top line to deduct certain provisions. So if you want to have any, this is not available to any pass-through entities, like most of you who do create an entity like an S Corp. It does not apply to the S Corp level or the LLC level, but it may apply for certain sole proprietors such as independent contractors. So if you're taking income personally as an independent contractor, as a 1099, like we pay you, many real estate licensees may be able to take advantage of this provision. And the HR1, 20% above the line deduction, you have to have your income less than 197,000 for single taxpayers. And that formula is there. Talk to your accountant if you have detailed questions for your situation and for your family situation. This is just the CAR's quick guide. Kind of wanted to read through it to you because you can see there's not too much changed for realtors. So it's really the same, just the helpfulness is just right up here. The top two is mortgage interest and being able to fully deduct your property tax. So those are two small wins with the big, beautiful bill. Any questions?
No.
Okay, so other than this broker conference, we talked about we talked about the market a little bit. The market right now is, I'll just give you a quick little tidbit here. Consumer debt hit a record high of almost $18.39 trillion. So we're seeing a lot of consumers and families having larger loan balances, having larger car payments. They're taking out credit cards, and there's just a lot of debt going on. This is concerning. And so the majority of the housing sentiment indicators did climb from June to July, such as suggesting that consumers still believe real estate is a more confident type of asset, and they are still expecting more inflation in the future. So that's really overall, businesses are still remaining cautious because the lending environment and the interest rates are still not reduced yet. There are signs that tariffs are beginning to impact economic data. So you are seeing some businesses that are maybe downsizing. You are seeing them maybe struggling, like maybe car parts and different kind of industries that are having to face more expensive importing costs because they have certain products like raw materials and natural resources from other countries that are being tariffed at a higher rate. So it's going to be very interesting to see how how goods and services are changing. Getting into our real estate and our active listings, I just wanted to put together our new listings available and really congratulate some of the new stuff that we have on the market. These are some of the newest stuff. So we have in El Monte a nice, beautiful warehouse for 1.59 million. You get an 18,000 square foot lot, 18,000 square foot warehouse. This is newly, not only 10 years old, and this is a food processing business. I'm sorry. And this business is located in El Monte. So you have Chinese bread, mooncakes, and other popular bread products. 2 million a year sales revenue to famous supermarket customers. Sale includes warehouse lease and some newer equipment. And maybe this is one of the situations of a company who imports product like mooncakes, and the tariffs are so expensive. So, but just looks like it's made in the USA here. Lots of high-end equipment. So talk to Henry Liu. If you have any clients who want to take over this food processing business, and it doesn't have to be Chinese bakery goods. You can bake anything with these type of goods and cereals. You can even you can mix and do your own breads and various other types of pastries. We have Lancaster Zero. This is going to be what's called the identifying markers. It looks like to be a 107,000 square foot lot, 2.5 acres. $70,000 will get you all this raw land, and this is a parcel right here, and Lancaster. Okay, I think that's one of the solar capitals of a lot of people use it for solar. Henry Liu, he also has this Lancaster property for sale. It's 100,000 for 2.5 acres, and you can go ahead and talk to him. This is another listing that's on the market. Oh, I didn't sort by, I'm sorry, I didn't sort by days on market. Here we go. 306 First Avenue, unit number 104. This is $3,800 per month. This rental is a 3-bedroom. It's a 2,200 square foot building, house. And this condo is listed for Henry Liu. So if you have anyone looking for rent or looking for this beautiful, lovely thing, it should go quickly. It's in Arcadia, great location. Actually, I have a listing just 2 blocks away on Bonita. So check that out. I asked some of you guys if you had any open house volunteers. Thank you. The weekend open house for my listing is fulfilled. Still taking volunteers for the following weekend. 1228 Temple City Boulevard in Arcadia is for lease, almost $39.50 per month for a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2020 townhome. And recently they just asked for a little bit of $100 more rent. So the rental market's still strong. It's 2 days on the market. Talk to Henry if you have anyone interested in a townhouse for rent. Beautiful newer building, elevators decked out, arched hallway. It's very cool. 308 Primrose Ave, Unit C in Alhambra. This is $1,800 a month for this 650 square foot, 1-bedroom, 1-bath studio. You can see here it's an apartment type of building in North Alhambra. So if you have anyone interested, talk to Kayla Liu on her new listing for rent on Primrose. We have 11315 Groveside Avenue in Whittier. For $1,080,000, you can have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,850 square feet. Look at this beautiful large driveway. You could fit about 3 RVs here, a boat, and maybe 2 more cars. So that's a really cool driveway. Love seeing a nice big lot. And that's just really cool to have. There's a pool at the back. So photos look great. I can see a photoshopped green grass. I see at least they took out the yard sign. So that's what's called compliant. And this is some nice property. Henry Liu has this listing for sale. It's a Whittier single family. And 8943 Emperor. This is a San Gabriel rental. Nice PUD style, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,759 square feet. And Hey, go on. And we have, this is East San Gabriel Valley. This is active and this is for rent. Just want to make a quick appearance. Some of you guys have not seen Russell for a sec. So, hey, why don't you guys check out? We have Russell here making an
Hey,
appearance since I'm at home.
Russell, how
I
are
don't know if
you,
you guys can see
baby?
him, but he just turned 1 year old. Huh, Russell? Ah,
Woo!
1 year old, guys. Sorry for the interruption. Just wanted to show off my awesome little buddy here.
Hey, those are bragging rights, Kelvin.
Yeah, because he's just turned 1. So had a nice birthday party for him. So anyway, get back to business. We got 8943 Emperor for rent. That should rent quickly. This is a very low rental price. I would imagine this is going to go very quickly. So congratulations to Henry Liu. This is a very nice home for only $5,500 per month. Okay, we got 11899 Mount Cambridge Court, Rancho Cucamonga. It's $3,600 per month, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, big 7,000 lot, tastefully upgraded inside. As you can see, super high vaulted ceilings. You have a nice kitchen corner over there, dining area adjacent to kitchen. Well, you got a nice big concrete patio in the rear. This is Amy's newest listing. And Amy and Henry, I know you're here, so please let me know if you want to interrupt and start talking about your listings or sharing anything. Let me know any details about your property, because you guys know a lot more about the selling features of your properties. So please, if you have a listing, I'm talking about yours, you're always welcome to share any info or put it in the chat. All right. So congrats, Amy, on your rental. This is, to me, I would probably suggest it's better to put it on the market when you're ready to show. This one still is tenant occupied, but it's more effective because once you put it on the market, you're going to get visits and appointments. There's still a lot of renters right now. All of our rentals are going quickly. 1540 Potrero Grande, Unit A in Rosemead for sale. $640,000 is a 3 bedroom, 3 baths. And this is listed with Edgar and Michael Ma. This is a nice little tag team duo selling a remodeled Rosemead condominium. You have nice newer kitchen, recessed lighting. It's nicely staged and large master in the very good area of Rosemead area. Is very quiet. Remodeled bathrooms, looks very nice. So talk to anyone. Talk to Edgar if you have anyone interested in this affordable condo in Rosemead.
Kelvin, question on that property.
Yep.
Is it physically staged or is it virtually staged? Do you know?
This is physically staged, in my opinion.
Okay.
Do you guys know how to tell?
Not really.
Well, when I see and look for when I look, this appears to me, and don't forget, AI and the way they stage things is getting better and better.
Yes. That's why I'm asking.
Because of this bed being here, I feel I'm looking at all the details, which is including shadows and texture and any types of what's called artificial imperfections. Like I do see this light turned on and it's bouncing off of the light. So it seems to be a very good virtual staging if it is virtual staged. But I see this as real furniture.
Nice. It's beautiful.
Okay. I can't promise you, but if you are what's called looking for clues, if it's virtually staged, you have to try to see from a separate angle of another of the same room. And oftentimes AI is not going to be able to duplicate the same furniture in the same spot perfectly. But in these cases, these are all single room areas. So I cannot perfectly tell. But here's one clue. How do you have, this is your window here. How do you have a reflection of light from this frame? The only way you could is if there's a mirrored panel closet right here that's reflecting this light from here. You're not going to have a window on both sides of a bedroom, like in a condo. So if there's a mirrored panel closet, then this works. This is real. And if it's not a mirrored panel closet, then this is an AI, definite virtual staging. So anyway, that's what I look for.
Thank you. Very insightful.
1231 Golden West Ave, Unit 26, Arcadia. Just speaking on virtual staging, because I think that's important to discuss, because I had that conversation. I had a listing appointment a week ago, and the agent, the seller asked me, is it worthwhile to stage the property or not? And that's a loaded question, because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, right? How would you answer that question on your next listing appointment? Anyone been asked that? Do you guys have a response?
I have been asked that, and our response, we really put it back on the homeowner and ask
Okay.
what their expectations are. And we also talk about what their financial budget is, if they have a financial budget. We really put that responsibility on the homeowner. Personally, in today's market, I wouldn't recommend a physical staging. AI is so advanced that it really gives different people an opportunity to have a staging to what the homeowners want to represent. For example, if they have a home and they believe in a certain look, let's just pick on gold, and everything's in gold and it has pillars and it has a certain vibe of a certain look, it may turn away other buyers because they can't have a vision. So if you do more of a traditional look, where more of a canvas look, a clean, bright and airy color look, then people can envision themselves seeing there. So then those are the kind of conversations you have with the seller, is maybe toning things up, changing other things, that it's not necessarily just staging. Something that, as I mentioned, could turn somebody away from something that looks a little bit dated, as opposed to someone that could be an X generation or the millennial generation, which are perceived to be very minimalist. So less is more. As you see here, there's no picture frames. There's no family picture frames. There's no
There's one right here.
do you see one? Is that a family picture frame? Okay,
Oh,
that's
not
a
a family.
general. Yeah, general picture frame. So it's very bland. And that's kind of what people are looking for right now, is bland look. They don't want to come in and my generation, baby boomer generation, I'm dating myself. We like to see the warmth of a family home. We like to see who the owners are. Do they have any baby pictures, family pictures? Because you can kind of be relatable. But other people don't want to be relatable. They want to be more like, wow, this can be ours. So that's kind of the background of where that comes from.
You answered it pretty much on a dot of what I was looking for, because you did make the seller kind of just spin it onto their situation, because I always would say, well, it depends. Okay. You're right. This listing in Arcadia, 1231 Golden West, Unit 26. This is 100% staged with real furniture. And you can tell that it's like I said, I looked at multiple angles, and the furniture is in place. So good job to Atri Pat. She does do her things right. She's doing it the right way, and I trust that she's very good at decorating and having thoughtful touches in how she presents her property. But obviously, the pattern, like you said, is real, that people don't put your own family pictures up because people are afraid of the internet, and people are afraid of people and families being memorialized in all these photos. And so I do recommend putting away any personal images that might be on the internet forever. And with AI and deep fakes, it's not worth putting your beautiful children on online and having them being manipulated into different types of AI stuff. So that's why you have a plain vanilla neutral appearance that can appeal to any buyer, and I think that's appropriate. So as far as your answers to the seller, I think it's a process that's well worth the 5 to 10 minute conversation, explaining with education. And like you said, you want to manage your expectations and say, well, what do you think about staging the property? When you visit an open house, do you like to see furniture as someone's, everything's perfect and pristine and tabletops and maybe potentially some rugs that are covering up defects?
No.
Or do you like to have a blank slate and see the property empty and being able to fully kind of just envision your own furniture and design and style and personality in that blank space? What's your preference? Well, here's my thoughts on this. I'm open to both ways. There's pros and cons to the decision. And I just mentioned a lot of the pros and cons already. But the biggest con on staging physically is the expense. In a market where things are sitting on the market on average, maybe about 30 days to sell a property, then you have to consider the contract that the staging is there, because there's a possibility that it may overextend the original lease contract term with the staging company. And so some people who are sitting on the market chasing a high price, the question becomes, well, the risk versus the reward. Well, the risk is I have to spend $4,000 a month, or what, depending how large. If you have an 8,000 square foot estate mansion, it might cost you like $15,000 a month for rent for furniture. You don't need to fully stage a whole house, by the way. You can just do selective rooms, and that's also a good middle ground to work within your budget. So if you spend $6,000 a month on staging, and you're willing to do it for 2 to 3 months, that's about $10,000 to $12,000 of budget. Great. Does that $12,000 budget bringing the staging, is it very likely to sell? You have to consider, well, is it better to just reduce your asking price by $10,000? And do you think just by reducing $10,000, you'll also get that same offer and buyer? Then it's really the same thing, correct? There's a chance that someone may still have more activity and offers simply by pricing it better, and you might get more activity. But there's other things to factor as well in regarding just really the condition of the home. And when I last did my conversation, we ended with the cost. Basically, in summary, it was a conversation. The cost was a little bit too high. We had a very big home, and what is the purpose of a picture anyways? The picture doesn't sell the house, guys. The picture, when I explained it in my presentation, is to attract a buyer to come visit and see the property for themselves, to bring their family, to really check it out. So that's the goal of your images, not to sell the home, not to be a perfect 10 out of 10 in every single angle and perfect home of everything, just everything touched up and physically altered and manipulated to be green grass, to be this and that. Because then it's a situation of when they finally do come to the property, they're going to look at night and day, and you don't want to what's called present a false misperception or false misleading advertising types of mindsets of these buyers who finally come in, they look at it, and every grass is green in the pictures, but they come in and everything is brown and dead. That could be a turnoff when they realistically did not have a true impression of what is there. So if they come in and every wall is bright and white and they photoshopped out all the stains and all the holes and they photoshop that out, and then they come in and then they are utterly disappointed to see that there's, you know, dirty carpet stains and yellow this and that. I just say be very tasteful in how you present things. If you're going to Photoshop things, you should probably write a disclaimer on those areas. And that was one of the questions I'm doing with one of my listings that's coming soon. And I'll show you what I'm dealing with. But anyway, that's a good point. At you, Pat, this is a $700,000 Arcadia town condo, 2 beds, 1,200 square feet. That's a great price. And it's remodeled. I think this is a good sell. So take your clients over here. This is one of the best bangs values in the area. 6227 Sultana Ave, Temple City. This I visited Julia's open house and saw this is 928,000. You have a great Temple City single family, 1820 square feet, and it's a very large what's called detached townhouse, and has a decent kitchen, maybe some updating on carpets. But otherwise, you have a 3 bedrooms, 1,800 is a pretty large, spacious area, high ceilings in your master bedroom, and dual sinks, maybe just some modernization if you want to. But it was in good, excellent shape, well maintained, clean, and I was happy to see this PUD style for under 1 million in Temple City. So if you have anyone shopping and want Temple City schools, this is a good value, only basically $510 a square foot.
Kelvin, is this Manny's son's townhome?
Yes, but we don't want to reveal that. But that is Manny's is related to the owner. 7911 Whitmore Street, Rosemead. For rent, $3,500 per month. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,500 square feet living area. Look at this. This to me does look staged. Okay, I don't know why. Maybe it's just the blurriness.
No, it does look staged.
Okay.
Virtual.
We should have one of those sessions and then put the agents staged or not staged, and
Absolutely.
and then have a question and see how, and just for a friend to see if you are right or not, because you'll be surprised how good AI is. But anyway, this does look really staged with real furniture, and it is Whitmore Street in Rosemead. Who stages a rental? That's one of my questions. Anyway, Henry Liu does. This is a nice, really beautiful 3,500 per month rental. Because I do see, for example, this rug, and you see this rug following along in this next picture. This is real furniture. Okay, so hey, very cool.
Henry, why don't we ask Henry? Let's reveal it.
And we have 125 Weinert Road, Imperial. This is a 206 acres of irrigated farmland in this, I don't even know where Imperial, California is, but it's a $2.688 million property. If you click on here, you can see where it is, but it's one of the heartlands of the agricultural region of California, probably Central California. And you have, Henry Liu has this beautiful property, irrigated farmland. You know, they have a lot of tax benefits when you do produce for California. So that's one of the selling points of having a business in agriculture. My new listing in Arcadia is 145 Bonita Street, Arcadia, 820,000 for a 3 bedroom. So we have open house Saturday and Sunday scheduled. It is an affordable townhome in Huntington Drive and 2nd Avenue, very near the Arcadia board. So I had 10 people show up in my last open house. We have a nice, clean, well-maintained townhouse style. I elected not to stage and not to even patch up or do anything with the carpets. This owner doesn't want to do anything with it, but does want to get it sold, motivated. Let me know if you have any clients. This is a units in this community very rarely go on sale. The highest unit on this community ever sold was 845. So we are underneath that goal. And let me know if you have anyone interested. And then we have Garibaldi. This is 9711 Garibaldi. They have open house on Saturday and Sunday. 1.5 million, under 1.5. You got this Temple City single family home. And this is Henry Liu's listing. And that's it for since the last 2 weeks. These are all of our new active listings. I do want to say and share one coming soon. And if you are interested, I do have, let me stop my share real quick because I want to make sure I get the photos ready for you. Beautiful property in Claremont. Okay, so we have a nice property here in Claremont, 671 Napa Court, Claremont. And I'm not going to reveal the, let me go ahead and share what I have a Matterport just performed. So let's see if you guys can see my Matterport right now. So we got a lovely, beautiful 1.888 million Claremont. This is in the northern Claremont. It is in a high fire zone because you're all the way up in the hills, and you have a beautiful property right here. There is a pool in the backyard, co-listed with Joseph Wong, and we are tag teaming this one. You can see a gorgeous kitchen here, all stainless steel. We have high-end appliances. This is a GE monogram. I believe this is a Viking dishwasher and a Viking stove top. And anyway, we've got to take a look here. We can see a big, large covered patio, barbecue grill included. And as you can see, it's move-in condition. And one of the areas that I had to discuss was, do I or do I not Photoshop out this ugly stain down here? And we ended up going ahead and deciding I'm going to take out one stain, which is down here, and I'll write a disclaimer in the MLS. We got, but anyway, that's what we're dealing with. This is a large, large master bedroom. I don't know if you've seen Hollywood-style bathrooms, but this is what it looks like. We got some really see-through glass that's kind of opaque. And you have a step-down shower. I don't know if you ever had one of those before, but you can go ahead and step right in and shower. Cool. And just letting you know, we're coming on the market today. As long as I get some time to finally spend, I'll work on the MLS listing open house this weekend. Okay. And we have our sales of closed sales. So I wanted to put together and appreciate our recent transactions. So congratulations to 1011 Stoneman Ave, Unit 3, Alhambra, just leased out for $3,100 per month. It was with Kayla Liu. Good job to her and her rentals. She does very well and just turned in her check this week. 4742 Scott Way in Ontario, just sold for near full asking price, $852,000. Good job to Lorena Leung representing her seller and getting right at near their goal. So that's Scott Way. And 3881 Cranbrook Paseo in Ontario was a rental by Clinton Chung. This one went above asking right at $3,700. Good job to him and getting this one leased out. 227 Santa Rosa Road, Unit B in Arcadia, sold for $1.25 million for almost 1,900 square foot townhouse. That's not too bad. Good job and congratulations to Atri Pat getting this sold for her, getting this listing sold for her client. And 6523 Kaufman Ave Arcadia just rented out, full price $3,800 per month. Good job and congrats to our listing agent, Julia Jang. And we have 924 Montebello Boulevard, this unit A. This rental just rented, this sale just sold for $629,000. And this is sold by Atri Pat. She's been on fire recently. 100 Alameda Street, 435 in LA. This is a rental, 890 square foot, leased out for $2,800 per month. And good job to Lawrence Lau, who got this one on both landlord and tenant. And we have our next property. Give me 1 second while it loads. 1873 Los Robles Ave, San Marino. Good job. This 2.660 million closed. Finally, Daniel Wong had this one for his client. He was very persistent with the seller and persevered, doing lots of open houses, and finally got it closed near the full asking price. So good job to Daniel and all the open house agents that helped him out. This is really cool to see. And we have a few more closers on, this is 2327 Waybridge Lane, Los Angeles. Beautiful mansion. Look at that 3-story building with 8,000 plus square feet. Well, we're very proud to say Henry Liu and his buyer closed this one. 7 bedrooms for $8.185 million in Los Angeles. Listing agent took out all these photos. But anyway, I'm sure it was gorgeous inside. 1991 Heather Drive, Monterey Park. $955,000 closed. This is our buyer. Got a good deal in Monterey Park for a 3-bedroom. Congratulations to Henry Liu for representing a buyer and getting Heather closed. 4921 Rio Hondo Ave. This is Temple City lease and leased out full price, $2,900 per month. Good job to Henry Liu on getting this one leased out. And 11500 Winery Drive-In Fontana. Jagjit Singh got this one closed for $665,000. He represented the buyer. I did this transaction coordinator, and his client's super happy. Got it below asking. Amazing good deal for a newer, well-maintained single-family home. 3329 Wellsummer Ave in Ontario just closed at $820,000, a 2020 newer community. And this is sold by Cherry Wong and her buyer. And 20 Waters Court Redlands, Jerry and Connie Baker just got this closed for $582,500, 3-bedroom, good location with a big lot, 8,500. So good job to Jerry and Connie Baker. We have 6523 Kaufman Ave in Arcadia, just letting it out. I think we talked about that one already. And Alameda, we talked about already. Cool. So that's really it. We have 2923 Ashmont Ave in Arcadia. This one did sell quickly in 2 days, right by Mayflower Village in Arcadia. This property just sold for by Helen Ma. $865,000. Okay. And that's it for today's, wow, we had a lot of stuff going on. Thank you all for staying here to the very end. There's a lot of you guys still in the chat and in the meeting. Any questions from you guys? Anything I can help you with in your business? Anything you want me to say offline? I'll stop the video in a sec.
Kelvin, before we conclude, I would like to recognize the 2 newest recruits here to Coldwell Banker. As of last night, we want to welcome Victor Bonilla and Roberta Sepulveda, and she's been here on the meeting, so we want to just welcome them both to the company, and I hope all the other agents, when they see them, they can come up and introduce themselves.
That's so cool. Welcome those 2 new agents who joined Dynasty. You are probably better off to introduce and welcome them when they're here and then when they're not here. I do see and appreciate you growing the company and hopefully having some new blood, some new networking opportunities, just new people. So that's cool to have. So if you see someone new, say hello, give them a warm introduction. And, just to me, it's nice to have camaraderie, friendly, competition sometimes on stuff, and as well as just helping one another out. I hear so many stories of you guys helping somebody out, and I'm sorry if I don't thank you enough, but I do appreciate and hear really good things about you helping somebody out, giving them a favor, teaching them how to fill out the right form, or the pointing them in the right direction on something. And I think that goes a long way in building just the morale. It builds the environment in terms of what we really do, the culture that we're looking for. And thank you guys for belonging and being awesome Dynasty Realtors. All right. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Stay hydrated.
Yep. Bye.